The secret multiplayer that never dies.
To feel harassed, terrified, annoyed, alarmed, abused, or tormented. Now, I've never done that, but what I have done...
What in the object head is your Sona, son? Are you literally just like the Minecraft anvil? Your little Sona character is just a Minecraft anvil? I can't believe this guy's avatar is literally an anvil. Like, bro said... Crazy. Insane character there. I think the thing that'd be worse though is like, well, no, actually, the guy in the back with the Discord head. That's probably the worst one.
Is play Watch Dogs. And that game has a mode called online tailing.
Unfunny. Yeah, it took 5 seconds for the fucking sound effect to play. Blame the uploader, not me.
When started, the player connects to another player's online game and observes them. Their only goal is to keep an eye on the target and to do it without being detected. If all goes according to plan, when the player leaves the victim's game, they should have never known that it happened. This appeals to me. The first time I played this mode and got away with it was the coolest feeling I've
heard nothing but bad things about the first Watch Dogs game, but people have said really good things about the Invasion multiplayer mode.
Ever had. It felt like it was...
What other games have this mode, by the way, where you join some... Oh, Dark Souls. Jesus, I'm stupid. Of course it's Dark Souls.
Doing something I wasn't allowed to. Like I was seeing something I wasn't meant to see. And here's the amazing thing. At the time of writing this, Watch Dogs has 424 people playing it. It's a single player for the most part, but by any multiplayer game standard, this is a dead game. But if I open it up and I queue for this mode, I will find a game in seconds. Because all you need for this mode to work is one player in your region to just play the game. They don't need to queue up for a game that came out 11 years ago. They just
wasn't filming my phone screen, idiot. That was Instagram.
Just need to play it. And at any given moment, someone is going to be playing this game. And because of the format, you get gameplay moments you could never get anywhere else. Other multiplayer games involve...
Watch Dogs 1 was the only good one. I never played it. I played Watch Dogs 2, and I really enjoyed that. The story was a little bit quirky at times, but I enjoyed it. I think it's because apparently Watch Dogs 1, everyone was just le gritty and le sad, so they tried to add like characters with like a bit of riz, I guess.
All blending in with NPCs, but in this one, there's no duplicate characters to throw them off. They just...
See, I actually used riz in the correct term there because it's short for charisma.
Genuinely don't know you're there at all. And it's not just...
Oh yeah, the advertising for Watch Dogs 1, they just lied. They just lied. Like the game looked nothing like that when it came out.
On the sidewalk. When's the last time you played a game that involves a vehicular tailing mission against a real person? You might intentionally choose a less appealing vehicle so you don't draw their eye, but then they can get away if you play it wrong. In the sequel, I got into a van near an exploded steam pipe and hid inside it since I knew the steam would obscure my face.
I think that's really cool because it builds on your paranoia. Like you're always checking like who's driving and stuff like that. Oh, wait. When someone invaded you in Watch Dogs, they would just appear as a human NPC, right? They wouldn't be Aiden, so that's even better.
And there was a good reason for the vehicle not to be moving. I'll hold off on Watch Dogs 2 for now, though. You can see who your target's looking at, and because the game rewards profiling random NPCs, there could be close calls when they happen to be scanning NPCs on the street. A GTA-style open-world game will involve rapidly switching vehicles and traveling long distances, meaning your target can outrun you by accident, and you might just have to get a hold of a new vehicle quickly while not giving away that you're watching.
Basically every Ubisoft game, yep.
It's such a unique style.
Do you remember the demo for 6 Siege? Do you remember that? And how it just looked nothing like how the game looks?
Style of gameplay, and it fits so well with Aiden's whole vibe. The man who's watching you through his phone with his hands in his pocket isn't just a trailer shot anymore. It's a real thing you're doing to a real person. And that's the mode that nobody but me cared about. Alternatively, there's hacking invasions.
How'd you hack the pipes? You just make them explode.
It starts the same. You need to get close physically or digitally to initiate a connection with your target. Then you need to pick a location to start the download. Once you do, the target has a limited time to profile.
I remember seeing a YouTube video where a guy was going around scanning NPCs and he was shooting everyone that was like being paid minimum wage.
File you and kill you. And you have to stay inside a specific shrinking radius. You can try to find a good hiding place, you can blend in with NPCs again, or you can hit them with the classic hide-and-seek strat, intentionally relocating to places they've already checked. If you end up spotted, you can gain a partial victory by getting away, so having a cheeky way out can pay out as well. And the game's amazing movement animations make foot chases awesome.
He just said amazing animations. Jarvis enhanced that. Look how he amazing animations, by the way.
Make foot chases awesome to watch. It also might sound pretty boring to just sit in one spot, but the game's camera system means you can keep an eye on your victim from your hiding spot, and they can tell you're watching them, which is pretty fun on its own. Plus, you can use it to play mind games, since they might think you're near a camera because you're on it, Or you can stay on the camera to prevent them from using it to spot you. That's not to say this mode is perfect. Watch Dogs has a bullet time ability called Focus, but of course it doesn't work in multiplayer. That means that trying to use it when a player's in your game gives them away immediately. I use Focus to help with the game's stiffer steering, which means I'm using it near constantly, which means I don't get snuck up on much. Once you know someone's watching you though, you can start messing with them too.
Just wasted $15 for no TTS. I don't see it. Mods, you might have to let it through. I don't see it.
Find the fastest car you can and run away. That's an easy win. Or maybe you make them think you're doing that, then quickly turn around and trick them into making themselves known. Hit them with the classic parking garage followed by blackout. Jump on a boat. The amount of options is mostly limited by imagination. Ooh, Heck a Train. This is an 11-year-old game that most people would describe.
I mean, do I do a maid stream? Maybe. Maybe when Fear and Hunger's done, I can relax a little bit.
The single player. It has its problems, but I think Watch Dogs Invasions are fun and unique enough to engage with today. Regardless, how did Watch Dogs 2 improve on an already decent system? The first thing you'll notice when playing is that when the game can avoid it, there's no loading screen. This is the single most seamless implementation of this kind of system I've ever seen. They appear in your world, you appear in theirs, and that's that. This can also happen in non-invasion gameplay with other players just showing up, doing shit around you on occasion. It's rare enough that it's never been disruptive to me, and it's just a cool thing games don't do very much. Considering player population these days, you'll sometimes need to get moved to another part of the map, and there is a loading screen for that.
I wonder what the player count is, actually. I mean, yeah, you could probably still find a fair few games on there, to be fair. What's Hollow Knight on at the minute? Holy. It's actually at an all-time peak right now. That's insane. Oh my god. That is... Wow. That is crazy.
But sometimes I hit the button and within moments, there's another human player a few hundred yards from me that I can go stop. Invade. Now to the actual gameplay.
How much for a maid stream? $10,000. $10,000 and I'll do it next stream. That's fair.
Biggest changes are the ones stemming from the changes between the games in general. Marcus is...
You cannot have that much money. You cannot have that much money.
Significantly
$100? Piss off. That 5 people would do that in a second.
more capable when it comes to observation than Aiden. He can hack cameras through walls, and he has access to a flying drone. This means that the attacker side of the equation has gotten a lot more difficult, but initiating an invasion is also easier, since you can cross a digital gap more quickly than a physical one. Because you're likely to be getting caught more often, you'll also be escaping more often, and in this game's case, I think that's where the fun begins. The driving model is less weighty than its predecessor.
If I donated $500, would anything happen? No. But I'll still take it.
And it's got a cinematic style to how easy it is to whip these cars around. In addition to the driving changes, the expanded hacking applies way more in car chases than it used to. In the first game, traffic hacks were purely automatic, which meant all you needed to do was press a button and try not to drive over them. Here, the hacks can be triggered manually for less battery.
Does this stream's donos count? No. No. I'm setting it as 10k because I don't want to do it yet.
And you'll want that battery power since you can use it to hack traffic and your enemy's vehicle. This also applies in combat, but one thing at a time, man, jeez. Try to pop a steam pipe at the right time, try to throw your enemy off the road, move his getaway car away before it can get in. The possibilities are greatly expanded here, especially since there's also the potential for co-op play on the defender's end. And in general, I think this game's invasions are super underrated. Unfortunately, tailing is gone, but there's a few modes here to make up for it. The most dynamic of them all is armored cars. Occasionally around the map, you'll see an armored car, and you need to pop it open, grab the case inside, and hold onto it without the police killing you until you can fully open it. When you do this, you'll dynamically show up in other people's game, and they can kill you and take the case from you. You would think a game this old would have pretty dead cases, but every time I grab one, someone comes running. The case progress stays between people, meaning if someone snipes it from you at the last second, they still win.
If everyone gives $1,000, does it count? Yeah, that counts. But only starting from now. Only starting from now. Not previous donors don't count.
First hot potato plus the police response means this mode is some of the most dynamic gameplay in the series. PvPvE this, extraction shooter that. Where in the fuck is my gang v cop game? Unfortunately, this mode also reveals a devastating flaw in the game balance. Despite taking place in 2016, this game is using the topically recent modern warfare tactic of taking a drone and putting a fucking bomb on it. This shit is absolute cancer to play against. Your options are to die. That's it. They should have added the ability to hack enemy drones, but alas, you have to shoot this tiny, fast-moving target that one-shot kills you at range for nothing. I only came across it once as of writing this, but it is incredibly unfun to play against. The anti-material rifle that one-shots cars might sound overpowered, but I actually like the trade-off of shutting down a vehicle if you aren't in one. This clip of my car getting shut down and me desperately searching for cover from a sniper is one of my most memorable moments from this video. Let's go over this whole invasion actually, since it shows the
How did he get away from that? Holy aim.
differences between the games pretty well. I hacked this guy with my drone from the street under this bridge while hiding in this van. I love that you can deploy the drone from a vehicle. It feels like playing as the guys in the surveillance van in every cop show. Something I didn't know at the time is that you can hack an enemy's
It just shows Family Guy B-roll instead.
drone to learn their location, so he either does that or just sees me on his drone and I'm profiled. I should go straight, but I turn around and he's able to snipe my van's engine. He fires again, narrowly missing me. I bob and weave along the wall until I can turn a corner. I find another van, but he chases me down in a motorcycle. I evade him for a moment and see a boat. This is my opportunity. I jump on it and hack it backwards so I can use it for cover. Unfortunately, I mess up the turn big time and I end up ragdolled into the water. I'm out of batteries, so I can't hack it again. He snipes the
This guy's aim is absolute ass, by the way. Bro.
mess up the turn big time and I end up ragdolled into the water. I'm out of
Look at him. He's right there on the grassy knoll, like actual JFK sniper, but he's 50 feet away.
batteries, so I can't
That's free. You can see his head.
hack it again.
The aim there must be studied. Like, why are you shooting the steering wheel? That's crazy.
He snipes the engine out, but it's turning toward the shore. I can still... He snipes me, I lose. This was so fun. GTA Online is a war zone, but this type of back and forth cops and robbers shit doesn't happen in that game. Unless, of course, the players set it up themselves, but Watch Dogs 2 facilitates it perfectly. And there's still one more mode to go.
Maybe he was using a controller. True. Very good point.
If you have too much police attention or manually trigger them, players can join in as bounty hunters to try to take you down. The bomb drone aspect isn't as bad in this since you're usually running away, and the tactic of quickly turning from the chase to take down your pursuers even more effective in this since you can shoot them back. And like with the regular mode, this
Nobody can shoot straight in Watch Dogs 2. What, in the multiplayer?
is a GTA-style open-world game, so finding a
Dude, not the dog. What?
single player that's in a police chase isn't very hard, so it's easy to find a match. Seeing that Legion completely separated out the invasion
Yeah, I never played Legion either. Only played Watch Dogs 2. Apparently Legion was just painfully mid.
stuff from
It's like the reason why Rockstar will never do a GTA game that's based in the UK.
regular gameplay drives me crazy. Imagine you play as an Albion hacker trying to do anti-dead set counterinsurgency. Instead, the online mode has been completely separated from the regular gameplay, which means that invasions are cordoned off from the part of the game that literally anyone plays. What that means is, if you queue for online invasions, you sit there for 5 minutes and then it times out. Watch Dogs 2 perfected this system by making it as seamless as possible. And just like the rest of Legion, they decided to make the system significantly worse for no benefit whatsoever. Like the rest of Legion, it has so much potential to be the most serious in the series, but in
Someone said GTA, but with knives. Yeah, don't forget the acid as well.
In this case, I'm glad they fucked it up, so I don't have to waste time talking about that piece of shit game anymore. Speaking of playing as a Nazi, let's talk about Axis invasions. Sniper
What was that transition?
Elite 5's best addition to its gameplay is its invasion mode, Axis Invasion. When you attract too much attention or complete certain
I've never played Sniper Elite. Apparently it's like really good, like kind of double A game, not triple A.
objectives, your game becomes eligible for Axis Invasion. Somewhere on the map, an enemy player is deployed as a sniper, and you both need to hunt each other down and prove which of you is the Sniper Elite 5. Both players have different tools available, and it leads to a unique stealth v stealth game, which is another rarity in the industry. Quick side note, it's nice to see a company like Rebellion hanging around the 500 employee mark and just making bangers back to back.
Rebellion don't make good games, man. They really don't make good games. Actually, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. They do hit and miss games. Hang on. List of Rebellion games. They don't make bad games. That's too much of a cope. But they have made some real stinkers. Let's have a look. Alien versus Predator. Oh, they made the original? I know they made 2010 Alien versus Predator, and that was good. Medal of Honor Underground? For the Game Boy Advance? What? Oh, they made... Okay, no, actually, no. They made Judge Dredd. I kneel. Okay, never mind. I kneel. I kneel. Why is it on light mode? That game is... That is like one of my favorite games. I love that game. I don't know. They made a game recently called Atomfall. I just can't finish it. It's just so... It's so mid. I'm trying to find a game that they made that I really didn't like. But I actually can't, so I might have been lying. Oh, Shell Shock 2 Blood Trials. That was awful. That game was trash. Everyone was just like ribbing on that game. Rogue, that game was also trash. Yeah, they did not have a good year in 2009. I've actually bought that game, and I cannot get it to run. It's just so awful. But it's funny bad. Because you've got Mickey Rourke swearing every 5 seconds. What else did they do? Star Wars Battlefront on the PSP. AVP. Yeah, okay. AVP was actually really good. That was really good. I love that game. And then they just committed to... Holy. Yeah, they actually... Holy. Literally all they did for like 10 years was Sniper Elite. And then they did Atomfall. Yeah, Atomfall was very mid. Atomfall is like the most 6 out of 10 game in history. I got so burnt out on that game. I really tried to enjoy it. I loved the setting, but yeah, it was just playing that on the hardest difficulty. It just was not fun. Then if you turn the difficulty down, it's just too easy.
They haven't rushed expansion and ended up ruining their famous franchise.
Isn't Atomfall British Stalker? I guess you could say that, maybe. Not really. People were saying it was British Fallout, which it isn't.
Yet.
I guess it's like Diet Fallout.
Atomfall is an open world game that looks great for how good it runs. Anyway, the more knowledge the Axis player has on the mission, the better they can predict the Allied player's movements. The Invader gameplay is almost that of a detective, as they'll find bodies and destroy...
On Atomfall, I got to the bridge connector and just got bored. Yeah, I put in all the... I got to the end of the game where you put in all the... where you connect the underpass or whatever it's called all together. But I just got bored.
Structures as hints of where the Allied players move.
You know, once I got like all the upgraded guns, once they weren't rusty and they were pristine, I was just like, yeah, just nothing else to do here now.
They can tag infantry.
I mean, they had some really cool mechanics, like your ammo wasn't on screen. You had to press the reload button to check the magazine, see how many bullets, and then it would show. And that reminded me of like Condemned Criminal Origins. And I was like, okay, that's a really sick feature.
And encourage them
on... Like they cooked with some of the stuff there, but yeah, just, it was, yeah.
A cooldown to increase their strength. In the alert status of...
I much prefer like kind of tighter linear experiences compared to like open world stuff. Because open world stuff, like unless it's engaging the whole way, which is just impossible, it's just, yeah.
Any ping troop...
It's like the same reason why everyone reinstalls Skyrim every 5 years and then they're like, wait a minute, I'm bored.
Can be seen from a distance.
Holy phone. Holy phone. Just actual ghost phone there. Damn.
Distance.
Thank you, silly blue butt, for the 7 months. Appreciate that.
Meaning that the Axis player should be moving around the map, setting up a surveillance network while trying to keep a low profile, while the Allied player does their best to never get spotted by the many, many soldiers on the map. The movement around the pretty large maps becomes very cat and mouse unless the Allied player gets detected by AI. Then it becomes a sprint to get there before they escape. If you see the enemy in a gunfight, it's not just a good idea to kill them while they're distracted. Also want to make sure the AI doesn't kill them, since it won't give you progress toward your drip. The last known position is shown to both players. You can also use it to set your own trap if you want. But what if both players decide to just sit somewhere? Well, first of all, there is camping protection that prevents sitting in one place for too long. But
oh, you can be detected. That's a really good feature. That's a really good feature. Imagine it's like in Dark Souls how people just camp around corners, but because you have to eventually go through linear areas, you will bump into them. But that'd be, yeah, if there wasn't camping protection, that would suck.
But it's easy to just move a little and then come back. A much better defense is the phone system. After a timer goes off, either player can go to one of the invasion phones around the map and use it to ping their enemy's location. If the invader uses the phone, they give away their own position after a small time gap. That small head start means it's useful to catch someone out if they're nearby, but generally it acts as a reset and causes both players to tighten up and force an engagement. I really like how as time goes
oh, so the ping doesn't follow you. It just marks you.
on, you have to mentally account for how inaccurate the information is becoming. At one point, I was playing co-op and got invaded, and I out loud correctly...
Dude, that lens flare there just gave me PTSD of the Battlefield 6 beta.
...speculated that they'd try to sneak around the back to infiltrate the way we did. And I caught him under the wire exactly where I expected.
Why would you... He was already looking at you. Why did you peek?
...and felt like a genius. The game even tells you how long ago you were given the ping to reinforce this idea. There's also a lot of tomfoolery that the Allied player can get up to. They can trap bodies with explosives, they can set up decoys that have fake scope glint, which absolutely...
Oh, you can do fake scope glint? Oh, that's genius.
...gets me every time. And they can always ignore the the invader and just get their objectives done. Then
That's really smart, because you'd fire because you'd think that it's looking at you, so you'd panic.
there's the actual fighting.
That's really smart.
When a player is marked with binoculars or through a scope, they're informed of it, leading to a "boss, get down" moment. Best practice is probably to take a shot immediately, but most players will be in the habit of spotting an enemy to get their range for long shots. And I can confirm most people I go against ping me with their binos first. This strikes a nice balance of usually allowing you to fight back while still giving the person who saw the other first an advantage. A great asset of this mode is the uncertainty. As the invaded, there's a very tense feeling of sneaking around trying to do your thing with the knowledge that your head could get blown off out of nowhere. It's scary when it happens, even if it's pretty rare. But this is a stealth game. Doesn't getting forced into an engagement mean your perfect stealth run's gonna get messed up? Not if you don't want it to. An amazing feature that needs to get stolen for other invasion modes.
I don't know how accurate it is. It seems there's a bit of lag in these clips, but like it looks like you have no health. Like you basically get one shot by nearly anything.
Is that when the fight's over, you can choose to rematch, and whether you do or don't, you can continue from when the invasion ended or continue from where the invasion started. So you can engage with the invasion and then continue your clean run like it never happened. This removes the biggest incentive to turn this mode off and gives the player the maximum freedom of how they want to engage with it. This is another unique spin on the invasion idea, and seeing how much I get invaded while playing it, it's clearly very popular. But again, the cool thing about invasion multiplayer is that it doesn't need to be popular.
Can you go prone in Sniper Elite or no? I haven't seen any footage where they're prone. I feel that might be a bit too overpowered.
I'm willing to bet in a few more years when this game's population is in the triple digits, it won't be too hard to find a skull to stick your rounds in. And this is all in the context of Sniper Elite 5 already having a sequel that should be cannibalizing the player base. And right now, it's not a concern at all. On the other hand, the Soul series, while being the most popular
Oh, you can go prone?
series to have this mode, might be the perfect
Oh, well, I guess they have the camping protection.
example of every mistake you can make in the format. Dark Souls Invasion UI is unusable trash.
Wait, did he point down? Did he point down? I love this. I love this clip. If I know I've shown this clip. Okay, don't say obsessed. Don't say obsessed. I love this clip. I love this clip. I love it. 9 years ago. God, I'm rotten.
Oh my god, stop, what's your stamina? Oh, and you point down?
Notice how the PvP is only a third of the clip and the rest is just mold. No, it's like a quarter of the clip.
Wow.
Trying to be badass on stream?
Soulless, what the fuck is your problem? Oh, well, you know, there's always someone who's trying to, I don't know, look badass on stream.
Oh, and you point down?
Yeah, I ban him. I ban him. There's every time someone need to come and be like that. Like you guys seeing we're doing okay on so many people. Like normally, no one is being a troll. No, this guy Soulless, he come, start pointing down when he kill me. Like what the fuck?
Oh, and you point down? It's that like 10 seconds of just internalized molding, and then yeah, I ban him.
And it's time somebody starts talking about it. The only indication
That's where the clip's from? What? Did you not know that?
where I can invade is the item not
Yeah, I ban him. I ban him.
being grayed out. Who knows how the
It's like he plays the game, gets banned.
targets are selected. Oh, well, if you go on Reddit, the players have reverse engineered their... Put it in the game or shut up, I don't care. The biggest mistake is only allowing one location to be invaded at a time. Out of all the games on this list, Dark Souls Remastered had the longest wait time to find a match, because instead of the requirement being, someone above your level is playing the game...
Oh, that's right. It wasn't universal. So you had to be in a specific area and just hope. Yeah, that sucked.
The rule is, someone above your level is in the specific area with your humanity. Thankfully, it was apparent to FromSoft that this would be completely unworkable in Elden Ring, so they allow you to search in near and far. But my time for invasions were still pretty long, considering now you have to be in co-op to get invaded. The entire balancing is also built around the idea that the networking looks like this. If you're a Souls player, you might be used to this, but anyone who plays any other game looks at this and goes, how come...
Oh, I actually forgot in Dark Souls 1 you couldn't like waddle when you were using the Estus. That was brutal.
When the attack hits like a full fucking second after it connects, every move has to be predicted because you're playing on like a full second delay. It's deranged. And maybe it's okay for like Demon Souls, but it's been 13 years. Maybe try to fix it at some point. I don't know. I understand there's basically an entire other game happening during these invasions for some people. And it's cool that in the first game it's tied to the humanity system. And I think accepting it as a risk for a stat boost in DS3 is the best system they've had so far. But this desync is unacceptably bad, especially considering...
Please keep streaming. I'm driving home from work.
Again,
Chinese words when? I don't know what you're saying. It's in Chinese.
13 years. And also, Elden Ring sold 23 million copies. It's just wild to me. I haven't played Night Rain, so I don't know if they fixed it for that. But considering they still have the fucking password system in that game, I have my doubts. Some people might be bothered that I'm not digging deeper on this mode, but I've never gotten into it, and now you know why. I don't think this mode deserves the amount of love it gets, to be honest. Requiring co-op for invasions in Elden Ring also seems pretty bad. So there you go. That's my hot take for the day. My cold take for the day is that Resident Evil 6 is batshit insane. This game is something else, bro.
I really want to play Resi 6. Because I've just heard so many bad things about it. It was actually that bad. That's the reason why Resi became like first person for a bit.
Played the first little bit to get to where the invasion mode unlocks, and I found myself trying to stop a helicopter from crashing while shooting the infected pilot over my shoulder, only to crash through a building into another building where I fell out, I wasn't strapped in the entire time, onto a glass platform with zombies under it, only for the building to fall onto the platform so the zombies didn't even matter. Before this, I've only played RE2 and RE4, and these games really jumped the shark, huh? Regardless, Agent Hunt is an invasion mode for Resident Evil 6 where you play as different zombie types and try to kill whatever two players are in play. The idea is actually pretty cool, and I like the way it naturally fits into the gameplay of the story. Your invasion can take place in multiple areas, actually pretty cool, and I like the way it naturally fits.
That shit looks like Kane and Lynch 2 or something.
Fits into the gameplay of the story. Your invasion can take place in multiple areas interrupted by short cutscenes. You can feel the agents progressing as you fight them. Unfortunately, the controls are some of the worst I've played in any game ever. Tank controls are not a problem. I don't mind them. These are tank controls with extreme...
I'll be honest, there's a high chance that if a game consistently needs to show you how to play the game, there's going to be some issues.
Delay and stiffness,
there are exceptions like Cyberpunk. There are exceptions.
Along with a ton of slowness to an...
Why am I drinking potions? It's this thing called like Bundaberg. They don't do a 0 sugar one, which sucks, but they do like a diet one where it's like 3 grams, so it's like, whatever.
Attack.
It's kind of nice.
To actually hit an enemy, you have to navigate to them, which is harder than it looks. Then you have to angle and attack toward them, which is basically...
How are you enjoying Melbourne coffee? I haven't had any coffee here yet, apart from like... I'll be honest, I love coffee. I'm not a connoisseur. Like, I will have like freeze-dried instant coffee, hot water out of kettle, like that's enough for me.
Basically impossible considering the lack of response on your character's end. Then once you hit the button, you have to wait for the slowest animation of all time to start, and if they attack you in any way or dodge, the attack is worthless. And if none of that goes wrong, and they don't even know you're there, you'll probably still just miss, because the hitboxes are tiny. Just moving around the map in this mode is an abject nightmare.
Can I email you an artist? They are my bestie and they do good commissions. Sure. I mean, can't promise I'll reply. I've had some experiences where artists have reached out to me for a commission and I didn't get back to them and they took it very personally for some reason. Very bizarre.
The dog character turns 25 degrees to the left when you start sprinting, just inexplicably. No matter what, you just gotta account for that, I guess. This mode's a cool concept, but the execution is unplayable.
It actually looks like a PSP game. This looks awful. I don't remember Resi 6 looking this bad. I remember playing the demo.
Trash. I literally would come across enemies just standing still, not fighting me, and I was unable to hit them. If after all of that, you manage to finally do some damage, you will immediately get thrown off and curb stomped to death. And as the screen fades to black, you'll watch the agent first aid spray away all your effort. The only way I managed to get a kill after like 25 minutes of meat grinder was stun locking a guy into a wall along with 3 other zombies so he literally couldn't defend himself. But on the bright side...
So they basically did the equivalent of a Dark Souls gank.
This example totally proves my point. This game is widely regarded as a joke, and on a random Tuesday or whatever, I can queue for the gimmick zombie mode and find a game immediately. On the flip...
When are you playing Who's Lila? I want to at some point. I'm not sure when though.
Flip side, Deathloop...
I've noticed with main videos, I need to make sure I'm not trend chasing and I'm doing stuff that I enjoy, or I'll just, like, it just won't end up being a good video. And I don't want to jump into Lila yet. I want to do Fear. I've got a bit of a fixation with Fear again at the minute. So I want to get that done and out the way.
Proves and disproves this video's premise at the same time. Even with 100...
Oh, Death Poop was really good. Not for an arcane game, but it was good.
155...
I hate, like... I do like the game, I do, but I know that Bethesda forced them to make it co-op because Prey sold so poorly.
Players on Steam, within seconds, I can queue for invasions and immediately join a game. Unfortunately, after continuous attempts, either no one in my region is playing, the game isn't connecting based on region, or the networking in this game just sucks. But regardless, the game is extremely...
Okay, no, the networking, I don't want to... Okay, it could be bad. The thing that's fucking broken about this game, I remember playing this with Ramsker, right? And oh my god, dude. The machete is so broken. Like, you can zip around, jump around, blink. It's really hard to get shots in. All you need to do is close the gap and spam the machete. You can spam it like the Half-Life 1 crowbar. And if you hit them once, it goes into an instant kill animation that they can't do anything about.
persistent rubber
It was awful.
banding that I cannot find a way to improve despite having crossplay.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember when IGN gave Death Poop a 10? Like, come on.
This one
It's a good game. Like, I'd give it an 8, but a 10? Like, come on. Glaze.
was disappointing because I found a patch that makes the mouse movement pretty nice, which was the main reason I never finished the game. So I was excited to give it another shot. If I
Dishonored's better. I mean, yeah, no one's arguing with you there.
do, though, it won't have any invasion hijinks. I remember playing invasion mode at launch on this game, and it was fun. I liked it. A Dishonored-style arcane game with teleporting and rapid movement and guns is a cool environment for one of these to exist. Juliana also has a mask she can use to blend in within.
Wait, let me look at the Deathloop review. Someone said they actually gave it an 8. No, they gave it... I swear they gave it a 10. Yeah, it's a 10. Let's have a look. Does anyone do that thing when they go on an IGN review and they don't watch the review and they just go to like the end where it shows the number? Yeah, look at that. Most replayed part. Yeah, they gave it a 10. Masterpiece. Like, it's not...
Like no other.
Like, it's not... Come on. It's a really good game, but I'd give it an 8. It is not a 10.
NPCs, and the Bioshock
There is not enough content in that game to give it a 10.
protagonist on Bioshock protagonist setup is pretty cool for the format. This one's a shame. Tighter network restrictions are needed if you're going to make these games, but
Do I read Twitch chat? No. No, I don't read Twitch chat, sorry. The guy on Twitch.
again, my point is proven that a tiny player population can sustain invasions. A complete inversion of this situation is Dying Light.
It's a horrible game. Nah, it was good. Just very overhyped.
Dying Light is a game mode called Be the Zombie, and when it comes
That was good. Dying Light was slept on. And I know you're all going to say because of the bridge incident. Not the PewDiePie one, my one.
to finding a game, this is the best of all of them. Not only is it easy to enable and disable invasions or find a match, there's a server browser, allowing you to handpick your target based on ping or what map they're on. The tutorial also gave me pretty high hopes. The zombie you play as has extremely functional and fun to use mobility. It felt like what I would want a Venom game's traversal to be like. It's weighty but really maneuverable. You spawn in and the human players have to go to a series of nests and destroy them. Before I get too into the mechanics, I think it's important to understand what the goal of this mode is. Dying Light's tagline was good night, good luck. The
Everyone's saying so, guys, we did it.
zombies in this universe are sensitive to UV rays, so the more powerful zombies come out at night, making exploration
Yeah, I remember, like, the survivors, like all the little Kyle Cranes, they could really do a good job pushing you away. But if you manage to get within, like, a good 5 meters, you do that insta-kill thing that he's just on there and they can't do anything about it.
and then more dangerous. The player zombie is meant to be the most powerful manifestation of that, fully converting the player from a powerful protagonist into a prey animal. Unfortunately, in their pursuit of making the zombie
I wonder what they'll do with Dying Light the Beast. You know that standalone game? That's coming out this year, I think, right? In October or something? Because you play as Kyle again in that. Because even though in the DLC, he died. He died both ways. Either set off a nuke and blew everything up, or he became infected. So I'm guessing the one where he's infected is canon, but he found a way to, like, suppress it or something. You know, the same way as the guy in the second game did. I forget the second guy's name.
part of the game
Actually, just Kyle Crane at home. He just voiced Legoshi in Beastars or something.
feel powerful, they made the player a bit weak. Instead of looking for clues to find your prey,
It's coming out 31st. No way that soon. Nice. Okay. Just under a month away, though. Damn.
or using the fact that they have to destroy set objectives to trap them, the zombie has a scream that instantly gives them the player location. For those few gamers of you who
You're doing Terminator or any Fear and Hunger 1? Dude, if I did Terminator as well, the video would be 20 hours long. No, it's only the first Fear and Hunger. The second Fear and Hunger game would be easy to make, though, because I've already talked about Fear and Hunger 1.
Who went outside as a child, you may be familiar with the game Ghost in the Graveyard. The idea is that some set of players or whatever have to make it to a set location, and others have to find them before they can get to this location. At night. Sound familiar? If you were to watch anyone play this, what you'll quickly notice is that the people being hunted don't need to reveal their position like Marco fucking Polo. That game is about stealth. It's played at night, so the players can hide, and the appeal of the game is getting around stealthily. Dying Light's appeal as a game is its use of parkour and agility and...
The TTS donations aren't coming through. Mods, could you check that? Thanks. Thank you, Snippier, for the 17 months. It got delayed until October.
general to get the better of zombies.
So
Yeah.
it happened, Pyro. I turned 30 years 2 weeks ago. I have had back and muscle pain, and I have also been on Facebook more times than I usually do. Getting old is not a joke.
Dude, I'd be 40 and I still wouldn't use Facebook. Come on, man, do better. Come on.
But not in this mode. In this mode, the zombie does an animation-based takedown on them, and they have to point a flashlight at the zombie to disable them temporarily. If that happens, the zombie needs to stun the human with a ground pound and then venom away. The end state of all this is that the zombie is way more powerful than the human and fucking wrecks them continually.
The games that I've seen with the survivors that are smart, they never leave each other and they just spam UV. Because I think if you spam the UV light, they drop midair, like they can't do anything.
Developers knew this though.
It's like a really good preventative.
When account
Because if you somehow kill the volatile, it just respawns. The only way to win the game is to actually destroy the nests.
for it by giving the
So I remember like joining games with absolute sweat lords, and you'd have like one guy hitting the nest and then 3 people spamming UV, so you just couldn't touch him.
humans 10 lives to get the hives done with. But that sucks. Running around in the dark trying to get busy work done while an overpowered enemy insta-gibbs you with wall hacks is not fun. There's no strategy besides using UV flares to protect yourself in hive locations. In 2/3 of the invasions I did, the victims just disconnected immediately. And in the first game I played where the enemy put up a fight, he asked me to leave him alone in game chat.
Let me play, please.
This mode should have involved hunting on the hunter's part like Axis Invasion and making use of the agility abilities and stealth like Spies vs. Merc.
Can't wait for the Funga 2 update. Yeah, that's why I did the first Fear and Hunger, because I don't believe he's updating that game anymore. Because I love Fear and Hunger 1, but one thing I do talk about is all the bugs. There are so many bugs in Fear and Hunger 1 that most people don't even know about. Like, we went into the code and stuff. The game is so fucking broken. It's insane. Like, there are weapon descriptions that say that they give you a stat, and it doesn't even actually affect you at all. Like, there's so many things wrong with that game. It's still an amazing game, though.
Even with the zombie perspective, it's fun to air assassinate a guy from 200 feet up. It's not fun to do that 10 times in a row over the course of 12 minutes. And after playing a bit...
Yeah, I remember in the multiplayer as the volatile, the only way you could get kills is by doing that. The only way to guarantee a kill would be to do that, like, insta-kill with the tendrils. And it's just the same animation over and over.
Realizing the intent is actually the opposite of my stealth idea. The intent is that when you scream to get the human's location, they hear it and know where you are. And all they need to disable you is line of sight. And for a moment, I was interested in the idea, but I realized this while fighting 2 late game players with guns, and I still only died once. And I didn't lose a single nest when I got all 10 of their lives. I like the idea of this mode, but since most players won't have much engagement with it, I don't think it works in the end.
Can I get a mod application for your server? I mean, you can reach out to the mods. I don't know if they're taking applications at the minute, though.
Considering how much of a mess Dying Light 2 was at launch, I think the mode coming back was never going to happen.
We are probably looking for more Australian mods, though, I imagine, because of the time zone difference now.
And considering Be the Zombie seems to be the plot of the 3rd game, I don't think we'll see this one back. But I hope other developers making invasion modes copy this UI, because I have a feeling this mode will be playable for a long, long time.
Remember Evolve? Do you remember all the microtransactions in Evolve? I just remember they added a monster in Evolve, and everyone was gooning to it. I'll see if I can find it. Where's the one that everyone was gooning to? Yeah, there it is. The Wraith. Just insanity. Just insanity. There were so many people simping over that monster because it vaguely has a waist. Insanity.
Even if doing that's a questionable decision. I think this far in the video, I've settled my
Who's everyone? You.
Point with tons and tons of evidence. These modes are full of potential, they offer something really unique, and they have the capacity to stay populated for unbelievable amounts of time. Sniper Elite 5 being the most recent example gives me hope for this mode, and I hope we can get more examples like it and less examples like Legion. If you play one of these games, try running these modes. You'll have super interesting moments. I've bumped shoulders with my targets before, and one time I found a guy doing the thing where he drives around.
Not as hot as the Berserker from Outlast Trials. Are we for real? Dude, are we actually for real? Are we being serious right now? Crazy.
Around the city following the traffic laws. And when you see someone doing that in a moment where they think it's private, it's a very intriguing thing to watch. I want to thank you all for watching and give a special thank you to my members and patrons on YouTube and Patreon. Members and patrons get early sponsor-free access to videos, custom roles on Discord, and access to my Google Drive so you can see the videos I make and don't make. Special thanks to Amanda Lick, Sapast, Cookie, Submarine Guy, Vegan, Mariano Rebufo, Bree, Robert Lucas, Spittoon.
That was a good video. Everyone should check out his channel, The Butter Anvil. And Anvil made it a butter. Yeah, we need more kind of stalker game modes.